We are here with my friend Anupadikari for a special interview. This interview is for my assignment as well as your knowledge. So I'm taking an interview with my friend here about HamroBazar. HamroBazar is a Nepali e-commerce website that many of us use. Welcome, Anup, to
Hi,
this
Jose. Welcome. Thank you.
conference type of
Thank you
conference.
so much.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for
So
bringing me as your guest.
yeah, we have been friends for a lot of time, and I have seen you use HamroBazar a lot of times.
Yeah.
When we were together, when we were not together, you always talk about HamroBazar, HamroBazar, HamroBazar.
Yeah.
So can I have some feedback about HamroBazar from you at first?
All right. So, you want to know when I started using it, something like that?
Oh yeah, when you started using it, how come
Okay.
you know about HamroBazar? Yeah, that's.
All right. So I don't know. It goes back a long time, man. Like, I heard of it when I was in grade three, I guess. First time that was, I don't know, maybe 2006, seven. I guess
Ah,
2006. It was like that. That
that
was like,
time I joined your class, I guess.
yeah, pretty much the same time,
Yeah.
like 2006, 7. So it was actually my maternal uncle. He was selling my mama her. He was
Mhm.
selling the house, and then I was just a little child, like 3 year old. I don't know anything at all. But however, like I was always interested in computers and like the internet thing and everything. I
Mhm.
used to play games with him. So like he was in the computer working, and I was sitting him by his side, and then looking at the thing, and then he was like posting pictures of the house there.
Mhm.
And I asked him what it is, and he said HamroBazar. So that's when I heard of it first.
Mhm.
However, like I started using it, I don't know, like maybe in grade when I was in grade seven, I guess. So that would be 2010 or 11, almost like 5 6 years after knowing about HamroBazar. I
Mhm.
started using it because I started getting into photography. So that was the place where I could, like, look at everything what everyone is selling,
Mhm.
not buying, but however, like that was the time when I started. So I heard of it almost 15 years ago as of now,
15
and
years.
started using it almost 10 years ago. So yeah, that's about me with Hamra Bazaar.
Mhm. So you have been using HamroBazar for a lot of long period of time. So have you registered or do you have any membership of the HamroBazar?
Yeah, I do have an account
Mm-hmm.
as a registered account, but I usually don't use it
Mm-hmm.
because like you can get the full access without the account as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have the account, but I I, I seldom use it.
Okay, so you have an account and have you sold any of the items online from HamroBazar?
Uh, let me think. I think I have. Oh wait, I did sell it, but not from my account and not my thing. So it
Mm-hmm.
was actually my brother's camera lens
Okay.
uh, that had broke, and then we wanted to sell it
Mm-hmm.
in a very cheap price because it was broke. So we posted it, and in 2 days, a guy gave us more than what we asked for, which was pretty surprising in Hamdo Bazaar.
Mm.
People usually discount, but he gave us more, and then we had to ship it to Pokhara. So I have sold it, but like not from my account though, from my brother's account. However, I did
Mm.
all of the setting of things and everything.
I think the customer was very satisfied with the lens.
Yeah, the thing was that he had broke someone else's lens, and he had to pay back. So he needed it
Mhm.
urgently. So he just paid us more than what we had asked for, and so it was a win for him as well and for us as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question is how much do you prefer buying from HamroBazar?
Uh, like just not just for buying. Actually, like I like Hamra Bazaar a lot for buying. That is
Mm-hmm.
one thing because
Mm-hmm.
I can find a lot of things there, and whenever if I'm in a budget, then and if some things that I can buy used, like this phone I have, this was bought from Hamra Bazaar used. The
Mm-hmm.
camera that I have, it was bought from Hamra Bazaar used. So
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of things like that because Hamra Bazaar has a lot of lot of items there. And another thing is that it is kept by people there, not like stores or anything. There are stores in Hamra Bazaar. However,
Mm-hmm.
like people who have used it, they keep it there so that sometimes you get a very good deal on something, and you just have to just keep on looking at Hamra Bazaar, and you might find something. So I prefer buying from Hamra Bazaar a lot.
Okay. So you are purchasing from HamroBazar. So are you happy with your purchases or are you somehow unsatisfied with them?
As of now, I'm pretty happy with
Mm-hmm.
all of the purchases that I have, except for two. So the first one is a mobile phone that my dad asked me to go and bring. I just
Mm-hmm.
went and I brought it. Then it turned out not working. The guy was gone, and I have the phone. It does not work, and the guy is gone. So that was the first thing that I'm not happy with, and the first experience that I'm not happy with. Another one is also one of my dad's purchase, not mine, because I was in hostel back then, and he bought a bicycle. And when the bicycle arrived, like he didn't go and check it, so when the bicycle arrived, like there were some issues with that. We had to fix it. We had to pay some extra money for fixing it. So because of that, so those two were the cases that I'm not happy with. Other than that, I'm pretty much happy with all the purchases.
Mm-hmm. So that brings me to another question. So you told me that your father bought a phone, and then somehow the guy was not available at the moment.
Yeah.
You were just so. Have you taken any other precautions so that that thing does not happen again?
Uh, Definitely. Like after that incident, the main thing that we started doing was, being sure about if the product is genuine or not, and being sure about if the seller is genuine or not.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we buy now, because after that also we have bought a lot of phones, like
Mm-hmm.
even my phone, my father's phone, we all bought it from HamroBazar. So after that, what we started doing is whenever we go and we are sure about buying, so like we go test it out, and we say them that will come the next day, and we'll bring the money next day, and you bring your identity card next day. So like we just take a picture of his either citizenship or passport or license or whatever, anything, any government issued ID, for our precaution, so that we can go back to that person, we can find that person somewhere. We do that. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing that I like to do is like giving the money through bank. So
Mm-hmm.
once you give the money through bank, you have their bank details. At least you have their like account number. At least you have one bit of information that can lead to them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've started doing. And other thing is that I research a lot. Like before I bought this phone, I researched for almost 10, 12 months, like more than a year
Mm-hmm.
before buying a phone. So like I research a lot and I see a lot of options, and then only if I feel like it's genuine, I call them.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I call them, I ask more questions. And if I'm happy with how they answer and how it goes out, I go and meet them. I test it, and if I'm happy with the product, I ask them to bring it the next day. And then once they bring it the next day, like with the ID, I pay them the money, and then I get the product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you like to refer this technique of yours to other who use Hamro Bazaar as a?
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
feasible for you, and if you don't want to get scammed in a way, like not even scammed, like if you don't want to get tricked out
Yeah.
or something, just do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because not all, but there are some people who are there to steal your money. There are some people who are there. Like I have like just 10% of what I bought till now, because we buy a lot from Hamza Bazaar. So just 10%, not even 10%, like only two or three people up to now we have met like that. So
Mm-hmm.
just for say, like just to keep a professional kind of a setup, you can do that if the buyer also agrees. And if the buyer does not agree to give you his ID, then don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't buy it. Like no matter how good the product is, if it does not agree to give you the ID, because an ID, nothing with the ID, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
you will not do anything at all. Like only if it is only if like he is fraud, then he does not want to give you the ID, right?
Yeah.
So if he does not want to give you any kind of information about him, so that you can go back to him, don't even buy from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a very good tip from a experienced user, I guess. So let's talk about the UI of the Hammer Bazaar. How do you feel about its UI?
Uh, like as I've said, like I've used it for almost 10 years now, right? And what I want to say about the UI is like as long as I can go back and remember, it's still the same.
Yeah,
It's still the same.
I feel
It's still the
it's still
same
the same.
from 10 years back, and from the tiny bits of things that I can remember from when my mama was posting the pictures, I
Mm-hmm.
still feel like it's the same. And I feel like that is good for one, because anyone can use it. It's very simple to
Yep.
just navigate and use. You don't need any kind of other knowledge.
Yep.
But the other thing is that it's outdated. Like it's very outdated.
Very old.
It's a hassle to go through.
Mm.
When you click on pictures, it opens a new window, and if you are in a phone, you are screwed. So UI is very old. They need to refresh it if they can.
Mhm,
And still, refreshing the UI does not mean that they have to make it extra complex. They
mhm,
can just keep the simplicity of it, but like just like do some modern things
mhm.
which work well now. Even
Um,
just bring a dark mode, it'll help. you know yeah.
so what about the registration UI, the website that registers you as a member of the Hammer Bazaar? What about it?
Okay. So I don't properly remember how the
Mhm,
registration process works, but the one thing that I remember is that I had to give a phone number, and then they had to send a text or something personally from a personal phone number, and then
okay.
I had to enter the code or something. It was something like that. I don't remember because it was a long time ago. So
Mhm,
like I don't know if it's automated now or if it is not. But if it is not automated even now, then I think they have to automate it. That is the first thing, because it reduces their side of the work as well.
mhm,
And the other thing is that it's pretty simple, but if they can like remove the phone number part, like if you can just register through an email and then add a phone number later, that would be
mhm.
good rather than
Yeah.
like just giving
Mhm.
your phone number upfront. So
Because
yeah.
most of us are we already have email address rather than phone numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
email is much easier. Like they
yeah.
can also contact us rather than sending a text. Like send an
Mhm.
email. It's
Yeah,
much easier
that's
for
very
them.
easy one. So
Yeah.
you know that Hamro Bazaar has an app version. So how often do you use the Hamro Bazaar app?
No, I usually don't use it. Like
Uh,
I rarely, because I'm that type of guy who's like more in front of a computer than on a phone. So if you know me, so like I'm
yeah,
almost 15,
yeah,
16 hours a day on my computer on this
yeah, yeah.
desk. So
That's
I
the truth.
I use it very, very less. But however, like if I'm out, if I have to look something really quick, if I don't have rather than pulling out a laptop, I'll pull my phone out. So I'll look like that. So I do use it sometimes, but not as much as
Mhm,
the
mhm.
web version.
So you have noted some of the changes that the Hammer Bazaar needs to do on their UI. So are there any
Yeah.
other changes that you think this website deserves to get?
Uh, like other than the UI changes, I think everything is fine.
Yeah.
But they could like use some techniques with that makes it easier to find a product. For example, if I want a OnePlus phone,
Mm-hmm.
rather than me typing ONEPLUS, something like that, if I can just type like simply some keywords, something like that.
Numeric
Like
one.
how, like not yeah, not even the numeric one, but
Mm-hmm.
numeric is a bit different. But like let's say I need a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
I need this mouse. So rather
Yes.
than typing the exact model, if I can just type like Fantech mouse, and then it gives me options, or like
Okay.
like how Google works, like you just
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
some things and then it recommends or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I guess they can do that to improve that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because sometimes like the thing that I need, it comes very back, because the people who post ads on there, they keep a lot of false information. So if I want a camera,
Mm-hmm.
uh, people who have posted, for example, camera memory card, it also shows
Mm-hmm.
up in the list, so that
Mm-hmm.
they can like filter, like they can make something to give a more filtered kind of an, what to say, filtered kind of a result that could help. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you have been using this for a lot of long period, and how safe do you feel right now using Hammer Bazaar?
I feel pretty safe. Like there's nothing to get worried about.
Mm-hmm.
One, if you are not logged in,
Mm-hmm.
and the other is if you just browse normally, because um, other than the pop-ups that happen when you click on pictures, there are no other pop-ups or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And till date, I have not faced any kind of issues with the website or something like.
Mm-hmm.
But with the phone version, when I install it, it asks me for all of the permissions and all,
Mm-hmm.
to access my phone gallery and everything, which
Mm-hmm.
I do understand. But I think using the app version, I would be more concerned. However, like I don't feel like HamroBazar is a company that will use my data for something bad, because like I trust them, because like
Mm-hmm.
how would you not trust something that you have been using for more than 10 years? So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
trust them, and I feel pretty safe. That is one of the reasons why I'm in HamroBazar.
Yeah.
Because Facebook and everything, they also have the second-hand selling stuff, but like
Mm-hmm.
I keep on sticking to HamroBazar, because it feels like home.
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about second-hand selling stuff, and how safe are you with second-hand stuffs? Safety.
So that comes with myself as a buyer, because if I'm buying something, then that I am the person who should know about the product,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I don't know about the product, I don't usually buy it. And if I
Mm-hmm.
have to buy it, I ask them to the last, like, no matter whatever I need to know,
Mm-hmm.
I'll even ask them like uh, some stupid things like, have you ever like spilled water on your phone if I have to buy it? So like just an example, because
Yeah.
if I want to buy something from a seller, he
Mm-hmm.
must be ready to answer my questions to the fullest so that I
Mm-hmm.
buy his products,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you are not informed about what you're buying, if you don't know what you're getting into, if
Mm-hmm.
you go to buy a laptop and you don't know how much RAM should it be, you
Mm-hmm.
know so when
Yeah.
I went to buy this laptop, even if I went on a store, this laptop should have 16 GBs of RAM, but he
Mm-hmm.
said that it comes with 8 GB, and I said no, the factory gives us 16 GB, so I need
Mm-hmm.
16 GB. So he added the extra 8 GB for free because
Mm-hmm.
that was to be included. So if I had not known that,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be tricked. He would make some
Mm-hmm.
money off it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
same with second-hand sales. It's
Mm-hmm.
just the same. I always say this because I do magic as well, and
Mm-hmm.
whenever I do magic, people say that you fool me. So I always say that I don't fool. I don't fool
Mm-hmm.
everyone. I fool
Yeah.
only who can be fooled, right?
Mm, yeah.
So it's like if
Yeah.
if if you become vulnerable, mm, you are
It's
there
your
to be
fault.
fooled. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you are there because if I have if I want to buy something and I don't know anything,
Mm-hmm.
anyone can sell me anything and I'll believe it because I don't know, right?
Mm, yeah.
So
Right.
you must have knowledge before going out and buying things, especially second-hand things, because second-hand is a vague word. You know, uh, I think Ajay disconnected.
No, no,
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. So because second-hand is a very vague word, right?
Mm.
Let's say, for example, this pen.
Mm-hmm.
I used it only for 2 days. Does that make this new? I might have broken it in 2 days.
Yeah.
I might have, thrown it in
Chewed
the
it.
wall, and yeah, I might have chewed it in the two
Yeah.
days. It does not make sense with the time and the product,
Yeah.
because like there are a lot of things that go
Mm.
like for example, I buy this glass, and the very moment I buy it, I drop it and I break it. It was brand new. And do
Mm-hmm.
you consider it brand new because it was just 2 minutes ago that I bought it brand new?
Yeah.
I have
That's
not
good.
used it.
Yeah.
So that's what with second hands is like. Everything is second hand once one hand goes to the other. It's second hand.
Yeah.
Like once the buyer of the seller, now
Mm-hmm.
it's second hand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in 2 days I might have kept brand new. I might have not turned it on, like
Mm-hmm.
giving you an example of a phone. Or
Mm-hmm.
in 2 days I might have dropped it in my in my bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
It got all wet. It does not work. Like it's just 2 days, but
That's why you are
2 days.
selling it on Hamro Bazaar.
No, no, like, it's not even that. Like some
I
people
know.
do sell on you,
Example.
like yeah, not working stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you check it. You go and check it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
what I said before. You go
Yeah.
check. You call first. You ask them if
Yeah.
they answer. Go check. Once you check it, if you're happy, go the next day and pay. So yeah, like just like don't believe the time thing, right? So you have to be informed about the time. If
Mm.
they say used for only 2 months, it might mean anything. It might mean it's brand new. It might
Mm-hmm.
mean it's shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot define how good the product is by the time it's used.
Yeah.
So
So check and then proceed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Be
That's the
sure
simple.
about like the thing
Yeah.
you're buying.
So apart from Hamro Bazaar, how many websites have you gone through? Like just like Hamro Bazaar, yeah.
For
Just like
secondhand stuff or for
yeah,
normal
for
buying and selling.
any number. No, no, just like Hamro Bazaar for second hand as well as the first hand,
Okay, so
brand new.
primarily in Nepal, there are not many options
Mm-hmm.
after HamroBazar.
Mm-hmm.
So there is this Facebook Marketplace. Like it's not even a store actually. It's just like people
That's
can post about I want to sell this, I want to sell
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and like that. Then other thing is that I check a lot of international sites. So
Mm-hmm.
like there is this eBay, and in eBay you
Alibaba.
can and not Alibaba is for news stuff, but like
Mm-hmm.
eBay is like basically HamroBazar, but everywhere else in the world.
But
So
international Hamro
yeah,
Bazaar.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I check eBay, and there is this another site. Like there are a lot of sites. Like I'm interested in music and photography, so there are specific sites like BNS Photo, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
also Sweetwater for music, which
Mm-hmm.
sells like used stuff as well. They have a
Mm-hmm.
used portion on their page.
Mm-hmm.
So I do check a lot, but for Nepal, it's mostly HamroBazar, and sometimes in Facebook I do find some good deals, but I contact them, and I have not bought from Facebook yet. So like HamroBazar is the main place in Nepal.
Okay. Okay. So any other suggestions you want to give to our viewers? about
About
Hamro
Hamra
Bazaar.
Bazaar.
Yeah.
Okay. The other suggestion that I want to give is, yeah, like everything has been said. I guess like just be sure about what you're buying. Uh, just like be prepared with all of the information that you need uh, before you go out and buy. Because if you don't know, then you don't know. Basically,
Yeah.
you have to believe to everything, right? If I don't know
Yeah.
the sun rises from the east, anyone can tell me it rises from the north, and I'll believe it,
Yeah.
right?
That's
So
the thing that believe. So
yeah, just get
so
knowledge.
that's it, I think, for my questions. Thank you so
Okay.
much for providing me your
Yeah,
precious
my
time.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you very
I
much.
hope I
Thank you
didn't
very much.
speak too much.
No,
I
no,
have a tendency of
it's
speaking too much.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know you very well, so
Yeah.
I know. So thank you very much.
Right.
I think Hamro Bazaar will watch it. Audience will watch it.
Hopefully, no
Hopefully,
offense, no
hopefully,
offense.
no offense to
I
Hamro
love
Bazaar. Yeah,
Hamra
yeah.
Bazaar. Yeah, I love
No
Hamra
offense to
Bazaar.
Hamro Bazaar.
But if you can improve the UI,
Yeah.
please do, because UI is
Please
very
do
good.
it.
Yeah,
Please do it.
I love Hamra Bazaar.
Yeah, we love Hamro Bazaar. So thank you all. Thank you
Yeah,
for the views. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ozzy.